Hello, I'm Doug Rohr, and I'm here in Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. And we're going to talk about this beautiful hellebore. It's a Helleborus ex lemperii. They are a series of hybrids between the Christmas rose and the Lenten rose. So Helleborus niger and what we now call Helleborus hybridus, the Lenten rose. And it sort of gives you the best of both. There's a plant of Helleborus niger, the Christmas rose right here. Most of the flowers have long since turned green and are setting seed because it starts blooming before Christmas, which is why indeed it gets its name. But notice that the flowers of the Christmas rose are outward facing, whereas the Lenten rose flowers are pendulous. And when you cross the two to create the Helleborus lemperii, you retain this outward facing habit, which I think is quite lovely. And they also are a bit earlier than a lot of the Lenten roses, which is nice. Some of the lemperii hybrids can start blooming as early as November, which is when the earliest Christmas roses start, and then continue through the winter months into it's almost the middle of February now, still looking just as fresh as can be. Now, this particular hybrid is one of the original hybrids. It's been around for at least 25 years or so. It's Walberton's Rosemary. And just, any of the hellebores tend to get better every year after year. And this one was planted in 2007. So just getting better. There's not a very large number of Helleborus lemperii selections, but there are one that's sort of almost yellow, very pale yellow, lovely thing. Several other variations on pink and fairly nice red ones as well. You'll have to look around for them, but they need exactly the same care as the Christmas rose and the Lenten rose. Just a bright shady spot or a part shade spot, not a spot where they're out in the hot sun in the middle of the summer, and just average soil, something that's better drained than a bog, but it doesn't by any means need to be sharp drainage. Real easy plants. We have cut away last year's foliage when they started into bloom, and by the time they're done blooming, they'll have a whole fresh crop of big, bold, handsome foliage through the rest of the year. Also, the Christmas rose, the Helleborus niger, blood in it, makes for flowers that are a little bit more cold resistant if we get sub-freezing temperatures, which is a real bonus since they start real early. Helleborus lemperii is really great garden plant. Oh, one other thing. These hybrids are sterile, which means though they bloom like they certainly could crank out a bunch of seeds, they're sterile like a mule is sterile, so you don't ever have to deal with seedlings, and some of us prefer that option. The Helleborus niger and the Lenten roses are in different sections of the genus Helleborus, and they were thought that it wasn't even possible to hybridize them, but breeders have succeeded. But just like when you cross a mule and a donkey and a horse, you produce a mule which is sterile, and these are sterile, though they sure look like they'd be very effective seeders. Hope you are encouraged to search these plants out for your garden. and I hope to see you again in the garden.